Hey guys, we are here today for another episode of the Dyno Report, and this week we're going to be reviewing the ECS Tuning rear chassis brace for my MK6 GTI. This goes at the back of the car on some of the suspension components and just where the exhaust goes on the tunnel, just 8 bolts, something pretty easy, but should help stiffen Elsa for cornering and just make a zip through some turns. It's going to be pretty sweet, but we've done quite a bit of handling mods already. There's a lot of stiffening braces. So before we tell you just how this thing drives once we've installed it, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through every single piece of stiffening we've done. So let's get to it. So for this, before of the Dyno Report, we are just gonna show you all the stiffening we've done on this car, because we've done quite a few things for the handling, and you've probably heard me talk too much about the handling characteristics. So that's why we're kind of changing the style and how we're doing this. So we're gonna run you through what stiffening pieces we've added and just why we're continuing to add more stiffening for the chassis for my MK6 GTI. So we're gonna get in and show you everything we've done. So one of the first pieces I wanna point out is this interior brace at the rear. Kind of takes where the suspension meets here, and I would say triangulates it, because that's kind of like the shape you're going for with it, but it looks like a square. But it's just another point across the suspension that is stiffening to make there's just no body roll. Nothing happens there. When she corners, it's flat like a Formula 1 car, because this thing is definitely as fast as a Formula 1 car. Now let me grab my light. We'll turn it on. Underneath here, set the camera down. We have, ta-da! You really can't see it. Let's show you. No, that's about as close as you can get. Anyways, there's a rear sway bar down there that you just can't see right now, but it's down there, I swear. Trust me, please. So, and unfortunately you couldn't see it just because the car's not jacked up. But with that rear sway bar, when you are taking, say, a left-hand turn, my hand is in the camera, this inside wheel here is gonna wanna come up, or dog leg as they call it, because you're putting a ton of weight on that outside wheel. So that rear sway bar kind of brings this back down, keeps that contact patch at the rear and a little bit better at the front as well, so that you can actually just corner better, and on exit, it's not kind of flopping back down and you're rolling all over the place like this camera is right now. So we've got rear interior brace, we've got the rear sway bar. I'm actually gonna upgrade that even more. We've got one piece at the front so far. So we are currently looking through the front splitter at the lower front brace from Eurosport. It's only $100, like not even on sale. And that goes across the suspension on the front, just kind of on the lower control arms, and it's 2 bolts, undo, place this in, do it back up, probably show some clips from that video. But that'll just stiffen across the front as well. Because we've got so much at the rear, you have to bring a little bit back in at the front, or else it's just coming around way too much on you, which feels pretty good to me, but it was almost too much. Like, you're almost getting oversteer in a front wheel drive car. Not really good for actual cornering, but I mean, I like how it feels, so I added this to just kind of bring it back, the balance back to the front a bit. And now we're gonna add some more at the rear just to try to bring that balance back to the back just a little bit. And then last and most recently is the coilovers. You can see that we have Elsa lowered, not completely slammed because I daily it and don't want to destroy the tire, the fender, everything, but right in there. Let me pull out the light again. Have this little guy coming with me just to try to help out. There goes my phone. But right, that's the end link. Should just take the wheel off for this, but that's okay. Let's go this way. And then if you look, you have the coilovers right there. Just another thing to stiffen each corner individually so they can respond independently. And then the rest of the chassis stiffening can do what it needs to do. Now we've just got some work to do at the rear. Let's get the new rear brace installed and take it back out and see how it drives.
The install of the rear chassis brace is very straightforward. However, there are a few fitment details that you may want to check out. So if you want to learn more about installing the ECS Tuning rear chassis brace, you can find the video on my YouTube channel. Now that the brace has been installed, let's take the car back out on the road and see how it drives.
I was honestly expecting more of a balance shift to the rear and just in cornering. I wonder if it's how I have everything set up, where actually what you get more of isn't so much of a rear coming around balance that way in cornering, it's actually a stability mid-corner. When everything starts to shift that way, it doesn't shift as much as you normally would feel it, even with all the other stiffening that I've added. Just in the middle of that corner, it just stops, and you just feel so in control, and you've got so much more stability than you had before. It's a different experience. I wouldn't like say it's like this so much better thing like I kind of do sometimes, but it's really stinking good. Where you really feel it is medium speeds and higher in corners, because you turn in weight transfer shifts and then it catches. I don't know if that is it's everything all working together, of course, but I don't know if it's just that piece making the rear interior brace do more of its thing, or if it's that piece in general. But you really do have a lot of mid-corner grip with all of this stiffening. And I think that might have just been a piece that unlocked a lot of potential for a lot of other stiffening that we've done. Not that that brace isn't containing that body roll mid-corner in and of itself, but it's helping everything else do its job more. It's just what it feels like. 70 this corner. Oh wow, yeah, it feels immaculate in that corner. That used to be a kind of body roll heavy. I'd really have to kind of cut it a little bit on the yellow line to make sure I felt safe taking it at those speeds. But now it's all coming together very, very nicely. You have so much precision now. You know where the car is, and you've got a lot of predictability to it, which you want. You don't want a squirrely car. Now, those old classic cars that you kind of didn't know what they were going to do, that's part of their charm, is that you're like, is this thing going to kill me in the next tree, or am I going to wrestle it and negotiate with the steering wheel like a master? This is not the type of car to have that type of relationship with. This is a modern-ish German engineered car that is supposed to have good handling, direct, precise steering. You're not gonna try to chop away at the steering wheel to figure out where the heck you wanna go, because even you can see on the camera, even trying to do that, what some people wrestle with their older cars, it turns. That is how much precision you have in this car right now. And that rear chassis brace is just another piece to make this car behave that way. It is such a direct and precise steering car. If there weren't people around, I'd show you a bit more, and I've got a ton of stuff in the back, so I just had to shoot. But a little bit, it's like not a lot of body roll. You know right where the car's going. Oh, wow, this is the type of car I was really hoping to be building. And we're really getting, I think the coilovers were a huge part that have brought it a long way, that are making every handling piece behave as it should. And of course, we've got power too. It's not as much as a lot of people really like to tout, and I've got the most horsepower GTI, loudest GTI. What was that? I don't think I hit a rock or something. But this has enough power to do exactly what I want it to do, and I love this GTI so much. I don't normally talk when I'm doing my U-turns, but holy cow, I just can't stop talking about how much I stinking love this car. We've got some engine issues kind of coming in a little bit. We've got that P2015 that didn't get fixed by that ECS fix. Probably need a new manifold, but I want an upgraded manifold, except that needs a catch can with it. And I don't have to get all that like $1,300 to spend for the performance and the performance manifold and the catch can. So it just might have to be a replacement manifold. But I want this car to last a very long time, because Elsa is awesome. A new daily driver will have to happen sometime soon, and then Elsa will get stripped. We'll lose the heated seats. We'll really go full race car with Elsa, the GTI. But right now, for this daily driving, it is so fun. this one, I use this one road like exclusively in Warner Robins because it's the only good road, and I keep making U-turns on it because it's the only good road. But it is such a fun little mile, literally like maybe even a 3/4 of a mile, to drive on with this car, because you've got such precision. You've got a relationship with this car like an old married couple, not in the argumentative way. If you've got a good marriage, you know what the other person's thinking, you know what they're going to be doing, you know how you can negotiate all of these different obstacles, and that's exactly how Elsa behaves. You know how she's going to handle everything, so you know what you can put into every situation. That's a good marriage. Now, my wife and I have a really good marriage, and I absolutely love her, so I'm not going to make a weird saying like, I'm married to my car. It's a little weird, because I got a wife who I love, but that's what it's like. A good marriage where you know your spouse and you know what they're gonna do. Like, yep, it's exactly what I thought Elsa was gonna do, and she did it. This car is just awesome. A little tight on that one. That was me, but wow. You are a good car, Elsa. You are fantastic, and I'm happy that I could put these suspension mods on you, and performance, because we needed power, but I'm happy you're responding well to them. Good little car, Elsa. Really good car. Oh, wow. So I didn't expect to get as emotional there as I did, or touchy-feely on a butt dyno report video. I'm getting real feels for this car. Love Elsa. But I wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope maybe what I've done on Elsa has inspired your Mark 6 GTI build or Mark 6 GLI. I don't know what you're driving, but if you're here, you might be driving a Mark 6. I mean, what I've done is fantastic, and you probably would love it too. So check out some of the stuff that I've put on Elsa. It's pretty sweet. But I wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out our Patreon account if you would like to support the channel and the build. Please subscribe. Have a great day, and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye. Now let's rip this one more time. Oh, yes. Now we can say goodbye.